Hello YouTube and welcome to my DayZ Introduction video. DayZ is a mod for ARMA 2. It requires ARMA 2 and the Operation Arrowhead expansion, or alternatively you could get the ARMA 2 Combined Operations pack, and that also allows you to play DayZ. DayZmod.com, free download. The game is still in the alpha stages, but it's pretty impressive so far and it's a lot of fun. I'm just going to take you through some basic stuff. You create a character, and the aim of the game is to survive. It's pretty straightforward, really. You start with pretty much nothing, just some painkillers, a bandage, and a flashlight, and that's it. You collect the items by sneaking around, finding objects in the apocalyptic wasteland, which is actually the map from ARMA 2. Chernobyl. It's massive countryside with loads of space, buildings and countryside and all sorts of crazy stuff. Except unlike ARMA 2, it's not populated with civilians and soldiers, it's populated with the undead and other players. Right now I've just been sneaking and oh, nice. 2 guns in one building. This is pretty good. Tough choice though between the double barrel shotgun and the Lee Enfield. I'm gonna go with the Lee Enfield because it's got more ammo in a I know it doesn't take clips, but more ammo in a clip, so you know. Oh god, there's even a Winchester here as well. What the hell's going on? 3 guns. I can only really carry one at the minute. You can get bags big enough to carry extra guns and stuff, but the bag that I've got at the minute is crap. Just the starting one. Now, I might as well explain those gauges in the bottom right. The bottom one is food. When it gets, the more red it gets, the more it indicates that you need to eat something. You find food in buildings like supermarkets or apartments. Sometimes even the barns like this. The one above that is blood. That flashes if you're bleeding, it turns red if you're low on blood. Blood is basically your health. It's indicated in the debug monitor on the top right of the screen. You might not be able to see it with the quality on YouTube though. Basically you have 12 pints of blood. If that runs out, you die. You may need blood transfusions if you run low. Which would obviously require the medical supplies to do such a procedure, so you'd need a blood bag. You'd also need another person to carry it out for you. The icon above that one is water, or thirst basically. The more red that turns, the more you need to drink. So I actually need to eat and I need to drink right now, so I've collected these items already on my journey here, so I've got a can of Coke. I'll drink that. That resets my thirst gauge. I've got a steak here. I'll eat that. That replenishes my food, my hunger. And the thing at the top is a thermometer there for temperature, but as of yet I've never came across any issues with temperature, so you don't really need to give it much thought. The icons above that with the eye and the ear indicate your visibility and how much noise you're making when you're moving. Now you can you have different, just like ARMA 2 basically, you have different stances and you can run, walk, you know, crawl if you want to. Crawling obviously means that you're not going to be seen or heard really. You can pretty much crawl by the zombies' legs and they won't hear you. Now, right now I'm not particularly doing anything really. I was just planning on making this video. Oh. Okay, maybe I should stay low here. I was just going to demonstrate some of the basic sort of functions in the game, some of the things you can do. It's not just all about shooting zombies, it's really more about the overall survival experience. The zombies are just there to make it harder. And I guess to give you something to shoot as well. Now I'm not going to fire this gun here because it's incredibly loud and it will attract all of those, well, can't really see from here, but there's a load of zombies over there and they'll come running and then I may end up dead. I'm not Superman. I can't take 100 zombies. Now, another source of food aside from tinned foods which you can find in buildings is animals. For instance, this chicken here. Now I could kill the chicken and gut it because I have a hunting knife in my lower inventory which I found earlier. Now the hunting knife allows you to gut animals and take meat from them. And then I have a hatchet as well down here. And the hatchet can be used as a weapon, or alternatively you can just keep it in your inventory and you can use it to cut down trees, or rather just to collect wood from trees, which you can then use to build campfires, which you can then use with the matches to light and have a bonfire, campfire, which will then in turn allow you to cook meat, which will obviously mean that you can actually eat it and it will help you. I'm not going to risk causing a scene over a chicken here. Try and get out into the countryside a bit more. You find that there's a lot less zombies out in the less populated areas. If you go to where there's buildings, typically there's more zombies. If you go to the cities, there's usually a lot of zombies. And if you're wondering about the size of the map, I have a map that I collected. That's me there. Now you may get some impression of how big the place is because I'm looking over there and you can't even quite see the ocean, but it is over there. That's me there. The map is absolutely huge, really. I mean seriously, the map's absolutely massive, it's huge. All these places, there's towns and airfields and military bases and all sorts. It's massive, it's huge. Those are cities as well. If anyone's wondering whether ARMA 2 itself is worth buying, yeah, it really is. It's great. It's a great game. It's hard to get the graphics set up, but because it appears foggy when if you try to just go for the maximum settings, the game looks foggy. There's certain settings you can use to optimize it. It looks basically like it does for me here, which is quite nice. ARMA 2 is pretty good. It's a good game. Very tactical, a lot of fun to play with other people as well. You can play the campaign in co-op if you want. And a lot of people are actually only interested in ARMA 2 because they want to play DayZ. And I will tell you straight up that actually ARMA 2 is a great game. You don't necessarily even have to get DayZ to enjoy it and get your money's worth out of it, but if you want it for DayZ, go right ahead because it's a damn good mod. Chances are though, after you've played a lot of DayZ, you'll end up playing ARMA 2 and you will enjoy it. It's a challenging game, it's not easy. And it's not actiony sort of run around shooting loads of people. It's very tactical and it's very slow paced, but it's a more realistic sort of shooting game, I suppose. It's very sandboxy as well, which I like. DayZ itself though is just awesome. Remember that this is only an alpha stage. It's being updated pretty much every couple of days. And there's bugs. We have bugs and there's things, weird glitches and things are buggy, but to be honest, the progress and stuff on this mod so far and the way it's turned out so far, only in its alpha stage, is phenomenal. It's fantastic. You play on servers with... Whoa, hang on. Shit. Damn it. Well, this isn't going well. It's not as easy as you might imagine it to be. The zombies actually slow down when you get indoors or inside buildings, so a good tactic is just keep running and then get inside the building. I took some damage there, but I'm not bleeding, thankfully. if I needed, if I was bleeding, you'd see blood coming out of my character, and I would need to use a bandage. That would stop bleeding. There's other medical supplies that you get as well to fix other various conditions, like if you break your legs, you take morphine and that fixes that. It's not exactly realistic, but you know. There's there's painkillers which take care of shock, which affects your aim. There's blood bags to reduce to increase your blood. There's other things as well. There's quite a lot to take in at first on this game. There's also vehicles which you can find the parts and repair, and then you need to keep them gassed up and stuff, so you need to collect gas, which you keep in jerry cans that you collect. There's just a lot to the game, really. It's a lot of fun to just sort of jump in and just start finding things out for yourself, really. That's how I got started with this. I didn't really know too much when I started. But like I said about the size of the map, I mean, this is only a tiny part of the map, and you can see like the distance here is like goes off into the distance over there, and you know, the place is damn huge. There's a lot of wilderness, and the weather changes. There's day and night cycles. The night time is absolutely terrifying because it's pitch black. You've got to use your flashlight, which takes the place of a gun, so it's all about sneaking at night. On the plus side, of course, zombies can't see you as well as they could during the day. However, you can't really see a whole lot in the dark, and believe me, it's pretty scary. I'm not really doing anything in particular here, but I'm just hoping to just find something to do as I run about. Ideally, I would like to show, I'd like to give a demonstration on how to sort of gather food in the wilderness, but I am not coming across any wild animals here at all. Just a sheep or a cow or something would be ideal, really. I may have to collect some wood though while I'm running about like this. Collect wood by going into a wooded area like this, I guess. Right click your hatchet, harvest wood. Apparently I'm not in the forest, so I'd best move. Like I said, the game isn't 100% perfect yet, of course, being an alpha stage, but you know, it's good, it works. There we go. I've got wood in the inventory. The next stage would be to find some meat. Point of starting a fire without anything to put on it. My main worry here is though that if I shoot this gun, I'm gonna get swarmed by zombies. What's that over there? Just a wall. There's another sort of 39 or so players on this server right now, and I don't see any of them around here. That's how big the map is. They could be anywhere. There are certain sort of areas that are popular for people meeting up and fighting though. Mainly the big cities, because that's where all the good loot is. You can also find crashed helicopters out in the countryside, which will be swarming with zombies, but on the plus side they have unique loot. Well, not so much unique loot, but very high quality loot, like rare guns and night vision and such like. Night vision obviously makes the night times a lot less scary, but it's so hard to find. I've only ever found night vision once. You can find other costumes as well, like I found this costume which is horribly textured, but probably give me an advantage against other players because it's damn hard to see people are already on this, especially if they're at a distance. Let's see where I am. Factory. Typically in the industrial areas you tend to find a lot of machine parts and engine parts, scrap metal, things that are mainly used for fixing up vehicles. You can also find choppers on this which you can fly if you fix them up and stuff. And also the way the game actually works is quite interesting. Basically, you have when you have your character who's alive, then you can join any server and you'll still have the same character in the same part of the map with carrying the same items, but external items such as vehicles that you may have parked or tents that you can set up to store items, those won't be carried from one server to another, but your character will, along with everything your character's carrying. It's quite interesting. It allows you to carry your character from one server to another, but since each live is probably not going to last very long, I wouldn't worry too much about dying. It's something you become used to on this. Causing a bit of a scene here. Firing guns in cities is not generally a good idea. Christ. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. That's fuel tank parts which you need to fix the fuel tank up on a vehicle, if you want to fix it, that is. Let's see what we have here. A can of Coke. And some shotgun ammo. I don't need pointless taking shotgun ammo. I've got limited inventory space, so I don't want to waste it with stuff like ammo for a gun that I don't even have. Like I said, those zombies will run outdoors, and if you go indoors they're forced to walk slowly so you can get a good shot at them. So it's not usually a good idea to stop running outside to fight them unless you have to. It's best to try and get indoors. Some pistol ammo there for the Makarov. I don't have it, but they're very common weapons, so it's worth picking up the ammo for them on the off chance that you find one. They are typically quite easy to find. You find them in apartments and everything. Another item for cars, wheel. If the wheel's damaged, and you can fix it with that. I'm hoping for some nice loot somewhere, but I'm not really finding anything. Toolbox. Toolbox allows you to dismantle things like tank traps and sandbags and barbed wire fences and stuff which other players can build. For instance, I've collected a tank trap kit there. With that I could set up a tank trap which would stop enemy players from passing by. And use that to block up doors and such like. You can get sandbag walls and barbed wire fences as well, which do the same job. Like I said though, if someone's... Oh, there's a bug there. It probably appeared on the ground floor for some reason. Yeah, I was right. Auto glass window there for vehicles that are missing a windscreen, I guess. Of course, a windscreen doesn't stop you from driving a vehicle, or a broken windscreen rather. Tin of beans. Nice one. I didn't really need to eat that meat there, but I just wanted the space in my inventory. I kind of wanted to demonstrate hunting and gutting and cooking food on this, but I don't know, I kind of got sidetracked just shooting stuff and sneaking about cities, which is fair enough. The game's pretty damn awesome. I highly recommend you check it out. If you have ARMA 2 already, then get this damn mod, and if you don't have ARMA 2 already, get ARMA 2 because it's a good game, and then you can play DayZ, which kicks ass, to put it simply. The last few minutes I'll go and see if I can try and hunt something. Oh, there's something there. Cow. Nice one. Now this may get messy, there's a lot of zombies, well, not a lot, well, there's a few zombies around and they're probably going to come running when I start firing my weapon. So, it may be advantageous to kill the zombies first. Or it may be advantageous, no, I was going to say kill the cow with an axe because it's nice and quiet, but then I'd have to drop my weapon and I can't be bothered. So I'll just do this the badass way. That's right, cow, I'm coming for you next. Right, very convenient that I found that animal there, came at just the right time. Now I can gut that because I've got the hunting knife in my inventory, which allows me to gut corpses. As you can see, 8 meat steaks are now on the carcass. So when I next check the body, actually I'll build my fire first. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to appear, it's just a bug I think. With the wood that I have in my inventory there, I can combine that with the matches to make the fireplace, or the campfire. I don't know why it says fireplace, it's not really a fireplace. Well, actually it probably is in the most literal sense of the word, but it's not the kind of fireplace I'm familiar with. That's my fire there. And now I can light the fire because I've got matches. There we go, I have a fire. How very cozy. And then I can loot some meat from the cow. I'll only take 2 because it's all I've got space for. And then I can cook the meat. I'd really prefer the steaks to be well done, but you know, this'll do. As you can see, 2 nice cooked steaks ready to eat. And keep hunger at bay, basically. I'm probably just going to cook the whole lot, to be honest, so I really see no reason not to. A lot of people tend to play this game in first person mode as well, so a lot of people think that ARMA 2 is a FPS, but I mean it is and it can be, but personally I think the game looks like it runs smoother if you play in third person view. It also allows you a better view when you're trying to sneak around. You can always go for realism mode, and lots of servers don't have crosshairs, lots of servers don't actually allow you to go into third person mode, so you know, you can play the game pretty much however you want. You have a lot of choice in this, that's probably what makes the game so good. You can wander around in the wilderness hunting animals to survive if you really want to, or you can raid cities and deal with the undead. Choice really is all yours. But yeah, awesome game basically. ARMA 2 is good enough as it is, but this mod is just ideal, really. They've taken the ARMA the actual ARMA game and the engine and everything, and they've made something that's just fantastic. It's the most realistic sort of zombie simulator, I guess you could call it, that I've ever come across. Or rather, probably the only zombie simulator I've ever come across. And it's not totally realistic, it's just sort of, it levels it out and balances realism with fun in a way that just works brilliantly. I can't wait until it's in beta stage, and then when it's in, when it's finally in its final stage, when it gets released for, well, it's going to get published basically, I believe, when it's finished. And I can't wait for that, because by then the game will be phenomenal. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope I gave you some idea of what the game's actually like. Yeah. Be sure to check it out, dayzmod.com or dayzmod.com, whatever you want to call it. I really don't care. But yeah, enjoy the game, check it out.